Go-go, it goes and goes. It explains itself, but you gotta experience it live, man, because it grabs you. You know, it grabs you. You know, you can hear it on the radio, but it's nothing like hearing go-go music live, man. Because even if you're kind of stiff and don't want to move too much, you're gonna move something when you hear some go-go music. You're gonna tap your feet, and next thing you know, you dancing just like everybody else.
So go-go music is a genre of music that emerged in the mid-1970s in Washington, D.C. It's a cousin of hip-hop music, also a cousin of Nigerian juju music. It's sort of a version of funk that has a lot of percussion. It's characterized by the conga drums and horn section, and it's a type of music where the audience is actually part of the band.
A successful go-go show is 50% band, 50% audience. Because if the audience ain't feeling and giving it its electricity, people would leave the show and say, the band man sounded good. But people would say, man, that was a weak show.
The go-go is the music form, it's the community, but it's also the place. Like, I'm going to the go-go. And the place always changes.
The music of go-go is the soundtrack to the culture. So everything that took place, whether fashion and all that, was embedded within the music.
Go-go is a series of mom and pop businesses in Washington, D.C. So the musicians are just one small piece of it. You know, you've got your promoters, you've got fashion designers, club owners, people who do security.
Go-go had to be very self-sufficient for many reasons. One of the biggest reasons because it wasn't really picked up or favored nationally. So go-go had to employ its own technicians, the sound crew. And they were just regular people in the neighborhood too who learned. Some went to school to learn how to run sound. Some people became promoters, security, all that stuff. It was drawing definite money and it was paying people's bills.
The founder was Chuck Brown, who is a guitarist. He plays all sort of genres of music. He passed away in 2012. So he's the originator of the beat, the go-go sound. And then there are a lot of other bands like Rare Essence that helped develop the sound over the years. And it's really become a way of life for many multi-generational people in Washington, D.C.
At the time, especially back then, it wasn't really necessarily called go-go just yet. It was just known as Chuck's groove. You playing Chuck's beat, you playing Chuck's groove.
You know, he is the godfather of go-go. So he's like the high priest of go-go music. People would line up, after his shows, people would line up just to get shout outs from him, you know, just to be blessed by the godfather.
Almost every fan has a personal story with my dad where they could tell you like, man, I remember me and Chuck had talked about such and such was going on at this time and at this place. You know, everybody got their own personal story.